The flags flutter over the stands as we take to the pitch for our first final of the World Championships of Beach Ultimate. Royan in France on the West Coast, hosting this fantastic game of Ultimate. Great Britain versus the USA in the first final, the Grandmasters division. Tom Styles with you, and beside me I'm very lucky to be joined by Lorcan Murray. First game on the show pitch, and Lorcan, two big teams at the end of a long week.
You're absolutely right, Tom, and it is my distinct pleasure to be here with you, and another one to enjoy. These guys go at it. You've got GB legends of the sport, all of them here in Europe, looking to put it up to, at this point, quite frankly, an infallible American outfit.
Yes, they have quite remarkable statistics at the end of this week. Their average, get this, their average points difference during this game is 10. So every game they're averaging a 10-point margin. It's enormous stats at the end of a week. Their closest game so far was against Great Britain. As the teams prepare. Disc in the air, and the pull to Great Britain. Side Hill catching, or letting the disc roll out of bounds. Quick start and a huge bid straight away, setting about business the way they intend to. The USA, big disc flying up through the sky. Shipley chases, Shipley dives, the first point of the game into the dust. He's taken a real body blow there, but Great Britain off to the best start they could, 1-0.
Start as you mean to continue, hey Tom? Every single pass had a layout at some stage. 3 bids from the Americans, all coming up empty, and then the beautiful pit throw completed for the scorer.
Well, that's a statement of intent if ever I've seen one. USA, bid after bid after bid, every pass chased down hard. But that final grab, you see it from the other end zone. Layout bid, layout bid, layout bid. Big shot, and a layout required to complete it. Huge play to start this Grandmasters final. We thought we were here to watch some old men run around in the sand, but it turns out we're in for an exciting match. USA coming from the back field. Pressure from Great Britain. Not quite the same energy as their US counterparts. On defense, big shots going up through the sky. Beautifully timed, well executed pass. John Remucal brings it in for the goal, 1 each.
And John Remucal, who has been virtuoso out here for the USA. 9th goal of the tournament, doing it with assists and goals, running hard, running like a man 15 years younger. And Jack Golden's just come across to our commentary booth. He'd like to shout out to his wife Katie at home. A lot of these players leaving behind families, some of them leaving behind children to come and enjoy a week on the beach. Mitchell to Hill. Weeks coming under. McGowan now bids high, second time of asking. Just dies out of his hands, not able to grasp that first time round. Unfortunate turnover there, just a little bit bobbling off the cuticles, hits the dust, and you can't give this American side too many opportunities. They only ever need one.
Eichstadt now, mid-pitch. Quick flowing offense. Looking down the line. Again, getting free on the open side. Little reset. Textbook swing play. Opening up the whole pitch. If you want to learn how to play against any defense, the USA with demonstration stuff there. Swing and score.
And the centuries of experience on this team coming to the fore there. Fundamentals.
Jeremy Clark capping off that first break for the USA. I don't think it'll be the last.
one would hope that you're not going to see too many more of them, but the way this American team has been playing all tournament long, you mentioned it earlier, the closest game that they've had was against GB, and that game was 13-7, which means at least 6 breaks for the Americans. So if the minimum so far has been 6, I doubt they're going to stop at 1.
Well, the sunshine beats down on the beach. It's a lot cooler than it has been. The start of the week was a real furnace down here in Royan. The locals on a huge bid there, straight away off the bat, getting horizontal. The 10 shirt of Don Tom. Not able to get the block though. GB still have it. Shipley shoots deep. Middle of the park, it's a turnover. Kevin Ruiz getting the block, and he has it back now. Comes across to Moldenhauer. Schottler. And this time it's Great Britain turning the USA. Have the disc back. Going back downwind. Mitchell picks up. Sideways pass to Shipley. Back to Weeks. Shipley and Mitchell, old playing mates from the Leeds days. Again, the wind causing havoc on that cross-field pass. The disc disappears into the dirt. USA with another chance. Moldenhauer. Looking up the line. Finds Schottler. USA seems to be able to get free at will at the moment. Ruiz. Moldenhauer. McCall. Oh, misread in the end zone. Frustration from Jim Schottler. The shot across from McCall was spot on, just rose a little bit and mistimed his jump.
Turnovers by this American offense, even the D-line when they get them, rare as drops of rain in the Sahara, but I guess when it rains it pours, Tom. 2 in this point, and the Brits lucky to have another chance to convert their O.
Bixler now looking up the lines as Weeks. Weeks has had the stat lead for Great Britain. Pops a quick one over the top to Mitchell. Mitchell sends it deep. Shipley's going to have to work way too hard. Not able to reel it in. One of the things about the Grandmaster division is the heritage that a lot of these players have got. Remember when I started playing, Cy Weeks was the player to watch. Incredible athletic individual as a youngster. Won as part of the Mixed Masters team in Lignano. And now here the Grandmasters squad. Still the most excellent player. The USA busting through the sand. Incredible foot speed. McCall. Short pass. Schottler. Back to Ruiz. Nice play from the USA. Tidied up some of their earlier mistakes. Making 100% sure Ruiz having to reach and get that, but he does. He's got the disc again with the return from McCall, spreading the play now to Tom. Schottler. Center of the pitch. Patience from the US. McCall coming out. He gets the dump. Into the end zone. Schottler's there, making up from his previous.
Fire up their teams by slamming it into the sand, but for me, the clap catch and the immediate drop, the light little tap, those are the understated things that make it, you know, I've been here before. I know what's going on.
No
Sorted.
Doubt.
Back
no
to
doubt,
basics.
Schottler has been here before. Here we go. So US breaking Great Britain into the wind despite giving them a number of opportunities. They won't beat themselves up too much about those mistakes if they're going to keep capitalizing eventually. Hill to Mitchell, and now across to Atkins. Not got very much to look at here. Eventually finds Hill getting himself available on the far side.
Tight marks. Huge bid from the US. Kelly Swirin in the 77 shirt. Part of the Masters team in Lignano. And a drop. Brandon Steets played his historical ultimate with Jam. He's pushed that one into the sand.
Didn't quite have the sticky fingers on that occasion.
Big shot into the sky. This could go anywhere, but it's Great Britain not able to collect it. Great D from Gary Ledon.
His teammate approving and just giving him a little tap on the bum. Well done.
It wasn't the high percentage disc that is needed. You're not going to be able to hang many discs up against this US defense. Mitchell marking. Big shot from Murray into the end zone. Steets making up for the drop with a point at the other end. What a shot down pitch from Tim Murray.
That was absolutely perfect the whole way down to the inches. And like you say, you can't hang too much up against this American outfit. The American Air Force patrolling the Royan skies right now.
So the Grandmasters final, our first final from the World Championships of Beach Ultimate, here on the World Flying Disc YouTube channel, the free stream. See that big block. And here's that disc. Not the percentage pass, but still work to be done from the US. And here's that deep shot from Murray. Steets just rolling in, collecting in some style as the pull flies into Great Britain hands. Shipley to Mitchell. Two Mitchells on this team, they're not related, Ben and Stu. Big bid. Weeks with the shot to Barnard, who collects in the end zone. Great Britain scoring downwind.
And if you want to build some scores, you gotta use a hammer. I'm always a big fan of the overheads. But Tom, something that I'm noticing here is it seems considerably easier for the American downfield cutters to get loose of their men than it does for the GB ones. That one of the few times where they're able to string together a series of quick succession passes.
All the players, as we spoke to them before this game, had smiles on their faces. It seems that that's the vibe in the Grandmasters division. One big pool of 10 teams, everybody's played everybody. And some real strength in it, in that division as well. Have you seen any other Grandmaster games, Lorcan?
I've had the privilege to watch a few of them just out of the periphery of my eyes, not too many of them being streamed on our pitches, but I think a lot of those players smiling because they're just happy there's enough cartilage left in their bodies to let them run around a beach after a frisbee. A miracle in of itself, Tom.
Yeah, we were wondering how many torn ACLs this group of players has between them. Sport can be brutal at times. Having to go to knees. Tom finds Ruiz. There's an option with McCall darting deep. But he's been marked well by Ben Rolfe. Ruiz conversing with Golden. Again, McCall available with that undercut, getting himself free. Pressure from Golby now. Oh, that's beautiful. High release to Schottler. Scuba into the end zone, requires the big bid, brings it down, knees inside. Ruiz capping a great point from the US. A little bit of flair.
That was beautiful. Anybody who's ever listened to me do coverage before knows I am partial to the scuba, known for overreacting, maintaining my professional veneer for now, but if they keep playing like this, I don't think it's going to last much longer, Tom.
I think the Lorcan Murray fans would be hoping the professional veneer rubs off sometime soon, Lorcan. You can let loose if you like, mate.
You've had a lot of popular action on some of the tweets I've been seeing. Loving the commentary that yourself and Liam Grant put together for the Great Britain-Philippines men's semi that you had the privilege of commentating over on Pitch 2. A lot of positive feedback.
Well, it's always a risky move if you're going to put two Irishmen together, but if there's one thing we know how to do, it's subtly insult the English to their face. I mean, it's chat. It's chat, Tom. We are very good at it.
Stu Mitchell for Great Britain. Grandmaster's final. That's nice. A little risky, but Hill had plenty of time to get that disc down and under control. Shipley again. Weeks available on the far side. Fast-moving disc, but he brings it down. Double hands up. And a hammer across the end zone. Picked out of the sky. No mistake from Kelly Swearin. Simon Hill, the target, was not going to get through. Murray now. Big shot into the wind. It's floating nicely for Steets, who catches. Atkins. Not sure what the call was. Steets has dropped the disc.
Maybe they've just come to a gentleman's agreement before the game that every 7 points or every third of the way through they can just have a little bit of relax. No, it does.
Oh, it's a timeout called by the USA.
Timeout.
I didn't see the disc go up with the fingers. I mean, it was a casual timeout. And while the guys are talking about what they're going to be doing next here at the World Championship of Beach Ultimate, we'll take some short messages. Welcome back to the beach of Royan here in France, the West Coast French resort, playing host to the World Championships of Beach Ultimates. And the teams have been fairly well balanced so far. The US going on a 4-point or 3-point D roll between 1-1 and 1-4. But apart from that, the O-lines have been holding cleanly, which is good to see. Great Britain able to put their O points in. But Steets with the disc for the USA now, about to have another break into the wind. High catch from Kelly Swearin. So dangerous. He's had 1 assist this tournament, but I think we've already seen him score twice this game, which puts his tournament stats up to 26 goals. Incredible performance from the 77 shirt.
He's not a man who's a big fan of throwing the disc, and talking to him before the game, he said, I got my 1 assist. All I'm really interested in is goals from now on. And you see the Americans, those throws so precise. All you have to do is put yourself in the right position, even getting past that outstretched foot. And Swearin smiling after that one.
He plays his ultimate with Bravo and Encore. The wind is whipping dust across the field here as the players run across the surface. And the flags held out stiff in the wind. The pull from Michael Namkung. He's had 13 assists in this game. Clearly comfortable with the disc in the hand, throwing those deep shots. That pull landing out of the back. Simon Hill bringing the disc forward. Simon Hill is the chief executive of UK Ultimate. He's also one of the key people behind the last 2 big World Flying Disc Federation tournaments in London, under 23s in 2015, and now he's looking to throw a big hammer through the air. Cy Weeks the target. What a grab that is from Weeks. Looking to shoot into the end zone. Now he's going to have to dump back to find Cy Hill again, who's made his way up the pitch to collect that one. Too low, grabbed up. Incredible work from Great Britain
Rob McGowan celebrates two of the riskiest shots you've seen from Sahil. Spiraling hammer, low disc to McGowan.
You've got to bring your shovel if you want to go to work, and Sahil making his players work, digging those up from the sand. You love to see the risky puts. You love to see the big plays, and Great Britain out there having fun, playing with a little bit of reckless abandon. I'm sure there are some wives and some children a bit concerned back home, but right now, right here, we're loving it.
A big pile of sand jumps up from that one as McGowan lands and grabs the disc. No complaint from the USA. And 6-3 the score. USA still have the advantage with that 3-break roll. Was that a break back? No, it wasn't. So 4-break roll for four breaks to the USA so far. And now Great Britain's D-line coming out to try and get some of their own defensive action going. Big wide arms trying to stop the forward pass. So much space in the middle. The USA isolating excellently. Moldenhauer cutting. McCall cutting. High stall count. No bid from Great Britain. Disc floating across into the end zone. McCall dives. The 19 shirt picks up. USA score upwind.
You'd think it was 1776 out there, Tom, the way these American cutters are able to escape the British interests and free themselves up time and time again. Coming into this second half, do you think, what would be the adjustments, if there are adjustments out there, that Britain need to make in order to get back into this contest?
I think they're going to have to play the game of their lives to get anywhere near this USA team. It's the margins between the two sets of players are really quite vast, and not just in physicality, but in terms of the amount of experience. Don't forget, 10 years ago the USA scene was like enormously strong, and still is enormously strong. The Great Britain scene is catching up, and it's catching up fast, and it will continue to accelerate. But these players, the generation of these players were of the American teams were playing in divisions of 16 teams of the same level and the same high quality. At the same time in Great Britain there was maybe 3 teams that were able to compete at that level, and these players we see out there here for Great Britain have come from that. So just from the level of experience, the number of games, the number of big tournament matches USA have played, so much more depth. Not trying to take anything away from a team whose players I've seen since I started playing the sport and commentating on the sport 15 years ago. Remakal across the field, and it's a turnover, overthrown to Gary Ledon. He isn't able to chase that one down.
Put a lot of effort into that one, but it was just too far ahead. Something you've seen from the Americans is the precision of their deep throws. That one off target, and understandable that a man of his years unable to make up that distance in the sand, asking a lot of him.
It's a very hard surface to accelerate on. One of the things you find about running on sand is to get going takes quite a lot of energy. To stop, you can just plant a foot and stop very quickly.
Of course, some of these players worried that once they stop, they may never get going again. What a grab, dialing back the clock, going and getting that one.
Barnard, fantastic grab from him. And here he is again. This time it's Patel. Lars Patel spins it across to Dave Grayson. Patel again. Bid, it's no bid required, just walks onto that defense, baiting it very nicely. Steets now. Oh, bid from Dave Barnard, not able to bring it down. Steets again. A tired run. Swearin Low disc, but it's picked up off the sand beautifully from the USA #2 shirt. Tim Murray signals to the stand, wants some more cheering from them.
And you can see there, when it comes to this level, when it comes to this surface and these players' ages, defense is all about picking the right angles, and there the American defender, that was a cute one.
Now you're watching the Grandmasters final, the first of our finals from 2 days of action here on the beaches of Royan in the French resort on the west coast of France. The town has been transformed for the week with flags and stadiums and disc action of all sorts. 39 nations represented, their flags blowing in this hard wind that's blowing from your right to left, slightly towards the cameras. It's difficult to see on our footage, but the dust that's rising as the players run and as the wind whistles across the surface is causing havoc. You have to be careful bringing electronics down onto the beach. Our camera people have been using an air jet to blow all the dust out of their equipment each morning before we start.
And some of these players like to borrow that air jet to blow the dust off their bones before they get going.
Big pressure from the USA again. And Paul Atkins struggling to get up. Huge bid.
Not a sensation he's unfamiliar with.
John Sandel, one of the players who played Masters on the beach in Italy. Cy Hill coming back to grab that one. Across to Simon Weeks. Rick Shipley now. Back to Weeks. Hill cutting. Intercepted from the USA. Namkung now for the team in white. High release. Greg Hollywood Husak. Front to the end zone, catches on his chest and celebrates with his arms in the air.
Hey, Macarena.
Jeremy Clark celebrates for the USA Grandmasters team. Just as the Great Britain side looked like they were going to string a few passes together, the wind gets in the way, and with this breeze rising, it's going to be a very interesting afternoon of finals. You saw that collision there between Atkins. Beard wasn't able to keep the disc going, and eventually into the end zone. Clark catching it on the leg and the stomach.
Well, he certainly had the stomach for that one.
Big disc rising out of the hands of Stephen Ruiz. Downfield, Ben Mitchell. Turnover straight away. US pressure counting. Cross field. And quick into the end zone. Tom and Schottler connects into the wind. That's a huge break for the USA. Another break for the USA. 10-3 they lead.
27 minutes gone in this game. Unlucky there for Mitchell. Momentarily lost motor control of his hand and just releasing the disc.
That's the drop from Wayne Davey, the senior member of this Grandmasters team at 50. Been part of the UK Ultimate scene for longer than some of our players have been playing. In fact, a lot longer than some of our players have been playing or have been alive.
There are entire divisions filled with people who weren't alive when that man started playing.
He played as a pivotal part of the gold medal winning mixed masters side from Lignano Sabbiadoro.
And if you ever want to know more about that, don't worry, he will mention it to you.
Capping a long and extremely professional career. A lot of these players out here on the beach
Mitchell now for Great Britain. Hill cutting. Nice quick exchange of discs between Hill and Mitchell. Deep shot to Atkins. It's just beyond him. Even the wind couldn't hold that disc up.
No, that throw certainly Atkins' diet. He was not able to eat it.
Great Britain struggling to find form and connect with each other. They scored 7 points against the USA. That game was only held yesterday, and I think the result was academic. Both teams not putting 100% in. Ladon for USA now, 3 points away from victory. Nice movement across to Ladon again. Front to the end zone, quick pop in. Tim Murray for the score. USA completely rolling this GB Grandmaster side here on the beaches.
And that's my distant cousin Tim Murray there, just doing the family proud. Good on you, Tim. Look at the throws this American team has, and I think that's one of the major defining characteristics between these two sides. You were talking earlier, Tom, about how the Americans have that more experience, and when we do dial back the clock to 20 years ago when these players were in their primes, there was a large gap, not just the Atlantic Ocean, but also in skill between them. And you see it reflected now in just the crispness of the passes that the Americans possess compared to that of the Brits.
I remember I was starting out as a player and hearing the tales of players that had come back from the club championships in Hawaii and just asking what is the difference between the players we get to see week in, week out and the players that you see in America. But the turnover straight away, Great Britain, this bobbling off the chest of Grayson. Into the end zone, turnover. Miscommunication there. I don't think the receiver was ready for it. There's a foul on the throw. Bixler making too much contact as the disc was released. Swing. Shot into the end zone, front corner, there you go, Schottler available again, brings that disc down. They're within one of taking this Grandmasters Championship. To no one's real surprise, I think, that they have competed at the highest level.
No, one of the most refreshing and enjoyable aspects of, and we see the highlights here, just the swings across, fundamentals. Tim Duncan, go up big. Very nicely done there by Clark Kent. Or Schottler picking up with the assist. And but what I was saying there is, this is from an era when the US would win a lot, and in the modern times you see a lot of more European teams go over there, and you see at Euros and at the Worlds that we're training ourselves up, we're at a higher level, and we are able to challenge the North Americans, and that's something I really enjoy about today's Ultimate in the modern division. So later on I'd say we will see a lot more competitive matches, but these Americans, they just are not accustomed to losing to European sides, and I doubt they have any interest in learning about it now. Old dogs, new tricks, eh?
That's right. Atkins, deep shot from him. Chasing down is McGowan. Gets bumped out of the way, no complaint from him. Straight downfield again. Ruiz finds McCall. Back to Moldenhauer. Into the end zone for the game and the championship. USA take the Grandmasters division in emphatic style with a 10-point margin over Great Britain here on the beaches. They are the gold medalists. Great Britain will be disappointed with their performance in that final, but will take much heart from their silver medal after a long week out here in the sun in France.
And another trophy into the packed cabinets of this American outfit. And the Brits, like you say, will be momentarily disheartened, but happy, A, that they are going to take home some silvers, and B, they no longer have to run in this scorching French sun. Keeping it all in perspective, Tom.
And you can see how much it means to Sean McCall there, celebrating, fist raised, quick assist, showing the skills that he's been playing on the beach for so long. A regular attender at Paganello. He's married to Katie Forth, one of the two Forth sisters we saw competing in the bronze medal match. after they were beaten by the Russians this morning. Rich heritage from all of these American players, and taking home the gold in the Grandmasters division. The World Championships of Beach Ultimate will continue after this game. We've got all the Masters finals today, and tomorrow we'll be bringing you a special extended live show broadcast, WCBU Game Day Live. Between all the games, we'll be having coverage and interviews, some of the highlights from the rest of the tournament. It's going to be a whole day of ultimate action. Do tune in from 12 o'clock French time, wherever you are in the world. It'll be worth getting up for.
I'd just like to thank you for bringing me to the lofty heights of Field 1, but I got to tell you, my vertigo's kicking in, so I'm going to say goodbye, Tom. I've been Lorcan Murray. Thank you.
Thank you, Lorcan, for being with me. Let's see some highlights of this game as we see the gentlemen of the beach huddled together. Layout. Big disc and another layout. What an emphatic and energetic start we had to this game. Great Britain looked like they might be able to do something really exciting, but they were outclassed in almost every department by a hard-running and physical USA side, but just more clinical at the end of the day. And occasionally more lucky as well. I hope you continue to watch and enjoy the coverage we're bringing you here from the beaches in Royan. The World Championships of Beach Ultimate will continue. All the Masters finals today. Thank you very much for watching. USA in the Grandmasters division taking home the gold medal. Great Britain with the silver. I've been Tom Styles, I've been with Lorcan Murray, and we hope you enjoyed this coverage, and we'll be back to join us for more later.